welcome to Sketchaday Live. We're gonna jump right in and get started. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Mine started really early, so I'm feeling a little bit wiped out, but we're gonna draw and do the thing. I'm not even ready, like I don't have all my stuff out, but let's just do it anyways. Alright, what's up Latrice? Thanks for joining on the Adobe live stream earlier today. That was super fun. Let me zoom out a little bit here. So I keep getting requests for this oh, you can't really hear me. There we go. I keep getting requests for this bike from Akira, so I'm gonna try and do it. I think I'll do some thumbnails and then I'll do like maybe one sketch here. What's up, Svetlana? Ricardo, hello. Latrice, Mike is back. It's all good. What's up, Lynette? I know it's later. So how my day went. So I started like 8:30 my time, and then I did an hour and a half stream for Adobe Live. That's behance.net/live if you've never been. And then I do AngDZ says start a show at 23 p.m. That's where you live, so that's too bad. You can catch the replay. Hello TZ everyone. Thanks for joining. Anyhow, so I start early and then I teach a class. So I did that, which is another hour and a half. And then I was like, you know what, I'm tired. I gotta take a nap. So I took a nap today actually, which was much needed. So I did that. And here we are. So we're gonna get started, like I said, with the usual warm-ups that we do. If you are watching on the Instagram, no guarantees on how this will look. So I'm posting a link here to the YouTube if you want to check it out. Cool, JJ. That's awesome. Appreciate you joining. So let's do some circles here. So yeah, people keep requesting that bike from Akira, so I'm gonna try and do that today. I wish I had a bigger piece of paper. I mean, I do have bigger paper, but I guess I could. Why not? Should we just do one big sketch today? I'll have to look at it for reference though. Anyhow, we'll just keep warming up. I am working on my pen and ink guide. I've posted a few sketches here and there. Some of you may have seen them. I'll give you a preview of some of what's going in the book. So just looking at different pens and how to show things like different materials. So I'll be talking a lot about this in that pen guide that you'll be able to purchase on the website if you're interested. So a little bit of pen and ink, different types of pen, how they respond to markers, other things like that. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be released soon. Definitely trying to shoot for this weekend, but you know how it goes. I think the marker guide it went like 2 weeks over in terms of deliverable date. Anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna get some bigger paper for this sketch, I think. So I'll have to get up and get that in just a minute, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll do some thumbnails to start at least, figure out the scene, and then decide what we're gonna do. Just getting some ellipses, warming up here. Not everyone warms up when you draw, and that's okay. I just find it useful personally, especially if you're going to be doing things like ellipses, circles, lines, anything product related. Super helpful. So I guess I could also do it digitally. What do you guys want? Marker, digital, paper? Everyone's going to say digital. Digital, please. Alright, so there's my one warm-up sheet for the day. Let's go. What's up, Ricardo? Thank you. All right, so the thing I'm gonna do today is the bike from Akira. I wonder if I can I drop an image in here? No, I won't. You guys can look it up. I'll just share a link here to Google search, maybe, or just search for it. Anyhow, it's this really cool bike from Akira, this animated movie or anime. I don't want to offend anyone here. So let's see if we can thumbnail it out, and then I'll do a bigger version of it, maybe on the toned paper. All right, so our options are toned paper here. We could also do hold on just a sec, I'll be right back.
I use comparisons to Hitler to win arguments on the internet at the drop of a hat.
Sorry guys, parenting business. Anyhow, so I'm gonna draw this. We'll thumbnail it out first and then decide. Let's see what the YouTubers want to see. Digital Latrice, of course. Whatever's comfortable. Digital. I make my kids read every day before they play games. My youngest likes to try and get out of it. So he was trying a little bit. All right, Procreate or Fresco? What are we gonna do? Procreate or Fresco? What shall it be? Let's go digital. I guess I did where did Procreate? Oh, there it is. It's like, where did Procreate go? It disappeared. All right, so let's switch over here. Now we're in digital land. Let's see, Procreate, Fresco, Procreate. I could do Fresco. That'd be interesting. Get to try some different brushes. Either way, it's not too big of a deal. I'm gonna have to go wide, I think, for this one. So let's go with I could go with this 4K canvas, which is like really wide. Lynette says, I can see why people like that one. Yeah, it's a fun sketch. I think this is all I'm going to do today. I'm just going to do this one drawing because it's going to take some time. So I'll start with this red. Now, in terms of perspective, I did say I was going to thumbnail it out, but I think I might just go for it. So definitely, if you're watching on Instagram, I've got this little dongle. You'll want to head over to YouTube. That's all I'll say there. So enjoy the show. If you want to hang out on your tiny phone, totally fine. All right. JJ, I see you. No need to repeat every 30 seconds. Oh, Procreate or I'm not going to do it in Illustrator, man. That'd be insane. Illustrator. I mean, perspective, right? So in terms of perspective, just to show you kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, you could draw the bike like that. You could draw it, which I guess these are similar but flipped. You could have more of a perspective like that. We could do it more like this, right? Top down. There's different ways that we can do it, or we could just do a straight side view, something like this, right? Just to give you a sense of possibilities in terms of layout. So whenever you're illustrating something, you just have to decide, you know, what is it I'm actually trying to show here, and how do I show that best side? So is it that I want to show this corner? Is it that I want to show, you know, this top-down piece, the whole side, for example? Maybe it's just the square right here. Could be right here as well, right? So when you plan out your conversation, or not conversation, composition, pardon me, you can kind of think of it that way. All right, so I'm just going to make a selection here. I'm just going to assume that you have taken some time to familiarize yourself with Procreate. If not, it's okay. Top view sounds interesting, like really top down. Yeah, it'll be hard to do for sure. Daniel, sorry I just missed that Fresco, but guess what? If you check out Adobe Live, behance.net/live. I actually did, for the last 2 days, I did a fresco thing, so you can always check that out if you're like super interested. All right. So I think I'm going to do slight top down, slightly top down, not too crazy. I do want to adjust my canvas. So here I'm going to go to canvas. Let's see. Little helpful tip here. So in Procreate, if you tap on canvas information, you can see how many layers you can have max. So I'm going to have 72 maximum, which is kind of nice. Where is it? Canvas, crop and resize. Okay. So if I make this bigger though, it's going to reduce, and you'll see. Oh, maybe. We'll see here. But it should reduce the number of layers. Yeah, so now I can only do 61 layers, which is fine. All right. Lori's asking, have I thought about doing a perspective guide? All right, so I'll tell you more in the Patreon and member channel on the Discord. I'll tell you more of my plans. But these will all be free and available to you. So short answer is yes, but tons of content coming in that regard. It's just time for me to like put my knowledge down into things that can be shared. So that's what I'm working on right now. Little personal push for myself. Okay. Man, this thing is confusing. Okay, so looking at a complex design or something like this, what I would do is start by just blocking out pieces. So I'm just gonna block this out. Some people don't draw like this, and that's okay, but I'm just gonna block it out. All right, so major geometric blocks. And I'm just trying to get a set. I can't tell if the middle of this thing articulates either, but I'm guessing not. All right, there's some seat component here. I've got to get in. All right. And I'll probably take some liberties here on the design itself. The original illustration looks a bit simple. No offense if you're like a hardcore fan. I mean, I love the movie too. All right, but it looks something like this. So let's just get some pieces in place on the page. All right, and then we can start to kind of work this out here. When in doubt, rough it out, just like my shirt says. When in doubt, rough it out. Also available on the store if you guys want. For Christmas, I would suggest ordering soon though. The service I use, sometimes they take a little while, so I would suggest. Oops. Come on, you. Okay, there we go. Sometimes Procreate is weird when it comes to the transform tool. All right, it's not doing it for me. Why is that not working? Okay, I guess it's only responding to the pen, unfortunately. All right, rotate a little slightly here, scale. And how about we do, I don't know if I'll do Tetsuo because I'm not great at faces, particularly manga faces. So I think what I'll do is place a figure here. I'll just merge these layers down. I'm gonna have to be somewhat efficient. I'm gonna have to be somewhat efficient with, you know, how I do this. So I'm gonna try and let's see. Why am I doing this on the same layer? This is annoying. I feel like something's up with the app. Because like the transform's acting weird. Unless they just pushed an update and changed a bunch of stuff that I'm not aware of. Maybe you guys know. I haven't opened it in a little bit here, so. All right, so maybe we're just chilling, sitting here. What would Tetsuo be doing? Scale this down a little bit. Can't tell. Does he wear a helmet? Does he wear a helmet? Oh, there's a gun too. Interesting. Okay, so there's some sort of weapon here as well. I'm trying to think. Would he have his hand on the bike or something like this? You know, just chilling on his bike. Helmet. And like I said, he has some sort of weapon. So is that like maybe off the back here? Don't worry, I'll figure out the proportions of the body and stuff. Not a big deal. Alright, just getting some stuff in place. If we need to move things, can always make a selection. Yeah, see, it's not letting me. I wonder if it's because it's not on freeform. No, it's not letting me actually like move the selection. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to kill procreate here, and then we'll come back and see if this gets fixed. This is kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. If I can't make a selection. Okay, now I can do it. All right, there we go. So now I can do it. You purchased a badge on Instagram. Thank you. I appreciate the support. It's Giving Tuesday. I'm not a nonprofit though, so I can't say that I'm, you know, a tax write-off for you or anything like that. What is happening? But I do appreciate the support for sure. All right, so maybe something like this. All right, we'll just rough it in. And now, let's see. I'm gonna merge these down. So like I said, I have to be a bit efficient with my layers just because I want to save those layers for yes, it is something Akira related. I keep getting asked to do this, so I'm just gonna go for it and get it done. All right, hello Lines, welcome, thanks for joining. Yeah, so I'm working on, I'll tell you the ones I'm working, or maybe one. Yeah, so since Lori asked, yes, there will be a perspective guide. And that'll be available free for patrons and channel members. So that'll be available eventually. All right, so now that I've got this, what I think I'll do is 2-finger tap on the layer, adjust the opacity, and now I'll start to kind of work with black on a new layer. All right, maybe I need to have some more detail on this for me to follow. So let's go back here. I'll go back to the red and let me capture the essential bits of this bike. As I see it anyways. All right, looks like there's some cable. All right, the cable would not be flying, so we'll just have that coming off of this gun, whatever this gun is. What it looks like, I mean, if we want to do an actual Tetsuo head, we can, I suppose. All right, and then lighting wise, I'm gonna pick my usual top and to the right, so we can plan for shadows, things like that as well. All right, let me switch to the blue here. As far as the red and blue, for those who've watched me before, I like to use that to essentially just quickly layer things out. There's really not many perspectives of this bike, at least that are drawn, so I am really gonna have to take some liberties here and maybe do a little bit of an updated version. Maybe we'll see. I mean, it was really cool in the anime when it came out. All right. This looks like it's angled up a bit more. Yeah, so it looks like this is angled up a bit more. So I'm just going to take this portion of the red sketch here. And then let's just rotate that up slightly. Like so. All right. And then now I'll just sketch in the missing bits. Music brought to you, by the way, by Paul Sohi. Thanks again, Paul, for putting together the tracks. Always appreciated. All right, so start rough. When in doubt, rough it out. You know the drill. Thank you, Crafty Z. Appreciate it. Crafty Z picked up a badge. All right. Let's see. So bike bot. This thing is like so complex. I think that's why I've been kind of hesitant and not wanting to do it, but it is kind of complex. And frankly, whenever you do something that people love and are fans of, it's really hard to do it justice, but I will do my best. Do my best here. All right, so a little bit of warp tool. See if we can tweak this. Get some more scale up front. All right, I know when I do this, the ellipses are off. Don't worry. You know, someone's gonna be like, "Dude, that ellipse is off." But I'm trying to create the perception of perspective here and reinforce that. So that's really what that was about. Is just making sure I have some decent perspective. Thank you guys. Thanks Art by Liv. Much appreciated. I think I did get the Procreate 5X update. I'm pretty sure I did. All right, I'm gonna have to split screen this. So I am looking at reference just for the parts. All right. Not the perspective, just for the parts. I'm looking at a combination of like toys and real models that people have like put together. So this thing's really gonna be just kind of hacked. So bear with me here. All right. So we got this piece down here. And most importantly, it looks like these, whatever these are up front, are kind of an important bit. And this definitely is round. So I want to make sure I capture that. And then once I get to the black line work, it should start to come together a bit more. At least that's what I'm telling myself. We'll see. Yeah, I'm like looking at toys and old school anime and like there's a bunch of things I'm looking at here. It looks like the logos all over the thing are kind of important too, so I'll make sure to capture that as we go. All right, so again, this red line, blue line thing is just meant to kind of help me work quickly in terms of layering. Okay, so got the windshield in, and I will be finishing this one on the stream. That's my plan. So I'll try and work quickly here. Try and work quickly to make this look good. All right, so nice and rough right there. Okay, so I think I have enough. Let me just make sure there aren't any like key things I'm missing. But I think I should have enough. I'm gonna erase the shadow for now because it's kind of throwing me off. Okay, I'll just say I'm working on a digital workflow guide as well. So if you like digital sketching, that will be forthcoming in addition to everything else. So not just traditional media, I'll be doing some other stuff too. All right, so that looks like it. I'm just gonna add that piece. All right, so that's looking pretty good. So now I can, let's see, 2-finger tap, reduce the opacity, and let's go with black, reduce the size of the brush, new layer, and start to figure out some of this stuff up front. Those are mirrors, by the way. Oh, okay. Good to know. I wasn't quite sure. Wasn't quite sure what they are, but you guys keep asking me, so hopefully this satisfies you and I don't have to do it ever again. I'm just kidding, but really. Alright, so let's get the wheels in. In terms of perspective, if you really want to like calculate it out, you can do that. And I guess this is somewhat for my benefit. I'll just do this step real quick just to make sure I have kind of the right shape, and I do. So sometimes helpful to go through that process. And yes, in Procreate you can use a quick shape. I don't want to. So I'm trying to always practice those basic shapes. And I like a sketchy feel personally. So it's just what I like. Alright, let's see. Up front. This looks like more of a loop, right? I would assume. More of a loop or something like that. I also don't use smoothing, but that's something you can use. If you don't know what I mean by that, I'll show you in just a second. So if you tap on a brush, tap again. I am using my brush kit, by the way. This brush kit's available on my website, SKETCHADAY.com. But you can turn on streamline, and that's going to smooth out your stroke. I just don't like how it makes it feel like jello. You get nice, clean lines, though. A lot of people use this. I just don't like it at all. So I will not be using streamline on my sketch. Man, I totally forgot to grab a drink of water for the stream, so hopefully I don't die here. Alright, so now I'm just gonna work on the lines. This isn't gonna be a painting, so I just want to make sure I have some decent lines. And yeah, I'm gonna make some stuff up, make some educated guesses, but also make sure that the key components are in place. Okay, so my kid told me another joke recently. Latrice, you've probably heard this one already from this morning, but I have to share it. So he's been working on his sense of humor lately. It's really cool. If you have kids and they're of a certain age, they're kind of trying to figure out their place and figure out, you know, humor. I remember this phase myself. But he says, "Dad, what's a cannibal's favorite food?" What is a cannibal's favorite food? Any guesses? Or did I tell you guys this one already? Am I just getting old? Senile? I don't think I did. Yeah, I can't quite see. Oh, okay. So this actually... Okay. Is that... See, I'm not sure if that's in the... I think I need to modify something here. Hold on. Let's see. It's even funnier the second time. Okay, I'll just say it anyways. Cannibal's favorite food is ramen, he says. Ramen. So, there you go. I'll show myself out, everyone. It's ramen. Which, as it turns out, I had that for lunch today. It's quite delicious. I don't mean raw people, like, you know, hot, brothy deliciousness. But yeah, that was his joke, and I was like, dude, where'd you... And he just said, yeah, I came up with it on my own. So maybe he heard it or is inspired, but I was still proud of him for coming up with something. This is so hard. I don't know why this is so hard, but not hard because it's difficult. It's just I can't quite get the right angles, at least in terms of reference images. Even details I'm trying to piece together here. Kind of hard to get some stuff, so I'm having to look at like probably 6 different images at this point. Try and get this. Try and get this right. Yeah, do I dare draw Tetsuo's face and upset many anime fans? That is the question. Do I dare? That's the right name of the character, right? Tetsuo? Or am I crazy? I'm pretty sure. I'm terrible with names. If you've been watching me for a while, I'm absolutely terrible with character names. I think character names and references. What was it? Soft and... Or Wet and Soft I did. I know that sounds terrible, but it's a character from... I don't remember, but Jojo Leon, right? Anyhow, turns out I was calling this character a robot the whole time, and Lions actually corrected me. I was like, no, it's not a robot. It's I forgot what you what you call it, but yeah, apologies. I'm probably offending lots of anime fans here, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so maybe a little something there. Leg. Just chilling. Do I really want to introduce shading? Maybe I'll do that on a different layer. I'll do my inking on a different layer. Alright. So let's see what this character is wearing. Looks like pants with a cuff. So I got that. Check. And then some sort of coat. All right, some sort of coat. It's pretty cool. All right, so I had, oh, that's right. I had this gun, weapon, whatever it is. I'm gonna change it a little bit so I can show the cable coming off. Like, where does that attach to? Let's see. I have to do another Google search. All right, cool. I think I got some sort of reference. Perfect. I mean, where's he gonna put this thing while he's riding, though? That's the question. Where? I guess that's the thing with movies. You kind of have to suspend your disbelief. All right, so on a new layer, I'm gonna do the face. I'm gonna go for it. Let's go for Tetsuo. He's looking directly at us. That looks like Iron Man. See that? I didn't want to do that. I'll get it though. Doesn't have to look exactly alike, just similar enough. All right, and then let's get the seat compartment in here. At least I think that's what it is. That's what it looks like. The handle. I'll just add whatever I need to. So sometimes when you're working with Procreate, I've said this before too, if your stylus is too close to the screen and you try and do something like the 2-finger tap, all of a sudden it won't work. And it can be really frustrating. Just move your stylus away from the screen and it should respond. Okay, so if you run into that problem, just try moving it from the screen. Let's see, does he have any interesting thing? Looks like he has some sort of shoulder pads on his coat. Just get those in. And all right, something like that. Is he wearing gloves? Yeah, he is wearing gloves. Ha. Are they fingerless gloves though? I feel like he would be wearing fingerless gloves, even though he isn't in the, not fingerless, but you know, missing the tips. Even though I think in the real one they do have, he has tips on his gloves. Go ahead and move these eyes down. Oops. Maybe looking off to the side. All right, sorry, I need to check in on the chat. Apologies. This is live, yes. This is live. Thanks for joining. People keep asking me to do AKIRA stuff, so here we are.
Yeah, bro.
Here we are doing it, doing the work, doing the thing. All right, let's see here. A little bit of shadow area right through here. Tetsuo is the one with the biggest forehead I've ever seen in my Looks like he's carrying a huge e-cig. Yeah, I'll add some detail, Andrew. No worries. I'll add some detail here. Particularly when I start to add color and whatnot. The biggest forehead. All right, so let's give some love to this other hand. Oh, that was on a different layer. I'll just merge down. Let's give some love to this other hand. It's probably a little bit too low. So it should probably go this way. Yeah. So more like this. So that feels better. Then he is quite endowed here, so I'm just gonna flatten that out. Maybe just do some fabric and the seam. And then the rest of this I can just ink out. So we'll just have some very strong inks and whatnot through here, like so. Yeah, this is starting to feel better now. I've also been kind of following some illustrators online that have been super inspirational and helpful for me as I try to increase skills and what I can do. Highly recommend doing that. So if you find people on Instagram you like, just follow them, right? And try and see what you can come up with. So let's go ahead and now turn off our layer, and you can kind of see where we're at here now. All right. So just keep scratching away a little bit. Hope this tickles your fancy, Latrice. I know it's not Illustrator, but here we are. Okay, so again, I'm looking at multiple perspectives, multiple angles here to try and get something representative of the bike, even if it's not exactly the same thing. Just trying to see what we can do here. Okay, so it looks like there's some sort of linkage on the back. So we'll just say a bike inspired by, just to keep it simple. All right. So something you can do in an illustration like this with Procreate is I can draw the curve after I've drawn the other ones and then use the quick line to say just crisp it up a little bit, like on the outside here. You can do that, but again, you kind of see how it just takes the life out of the drawing. So I much prefer to just rough it in however I can. All right, so that's why I like to do it that way. Just everything by hand, it gives it a better look and feel, I think. His face is funny. It actually looks like one of my friend's kids. I won't say who, but looks a lot like him. It's just funny. Like if I showed it to her, she'd be like, "Oh, you drew him." It's so cute. All right, I feel like I need more like stuff here. The thing with perspective too, you kind of have to remember is that when things are closer to you, you want more detail. All right, so I gotta kind of figure out what's happening up front because I'm not entirely sure. So I'm gonna take some inspiration from some people here. See if we can, you know, come up with something at least for behind this glass that makes sense. Because it's not entirely clear, like I was saying. So it's also not clear if too much of this is showing or not enough, where this mirror is. All right, and what exactly is happening here. So I'm gonna work on the front just a little bit. Oh no. It actually saved that stupid line I drew in. Oh well. I'll just redraw this. Or keep it loose. Keep it loose and scratchy. So Sketchaday Live, by the way. Thanks for joining if it's your first time. Much love to you. Hopefully you're having a happy Tuesday. Alright, so again, I'm trying to keep the layers tight and keep them somewhat contained. All right, try not to go too overboard here, because otherwise I'm not going to have any space or room to have layers for color and so forth. Okay, so it looks like there is a taper, a bit more of a taper here. So I'm going to have to change this shape. But in the meantime, oh, and these lines. I'm going to keep the bottom the same, but we'll just have this taper a bit more right in there. So I can do that with my line weight now. Like so. And let's go ahead and move the entire sketch over a little bit. Maybe scale down slightly. Oops, that was on freeform. I want to make sure it's on uniform. Scale down slightly. I'll move it here now. And that leaves a bit of room for background. So stickers and whatnot. Looks like there's a lot of stickers covering the bike. All right, this stream will probably go for about 2 hours, so we got time. Do I ever feel like freestyle rapping when I play? I do sometimes, but it won't end well. Okay. All right. I'm going to grab a beverage. I'm gonna grab some water and a beverage, and we're gonna, when I come back, apply some color. But I do want to show you something so that at least you kind of know what's gonna happen. So the first thing I like to do, I talked about this morning on Adobe, is we're gonna block in the color, and then we're gonna do high and low. So highlights, lowlights. We're gonna add texture if we need. Texture and graphics. And then I'm going to refine it. Okay, so that's gonna be my process. So it should go pretty quickly. The line drawing always kind of takes some time, but give me a minute, I'll be right back and we will continue. Wait a minute. Oh, do I ever feel the freestyle rapping to the beats? Oh, I got you now. Yeah, I freestyle rapped once. Once around my sister, and she was like, "Don't ever do that again." So I think I'm gonna hold off on that. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Whew. We're back. Should I turn on my lightsaber? You can't really see it. Hold on. I'll make it brighter. There we go. Welcome to SKETCHADAY. Actually, if I turn off this light. Hello. I got this for taking photos. It's kind of fun. All right. We are back. Yes, I have a Coke Zero. No, they're not a sponsor, but Coca-Cola, if you want to sponsor my streams, you can sponsor me. You know, that's a good idea, Andrew. She's a bit camera shy. My sister's interesting, also very talented. And I've tried to no avail to get her to let's do a little bit of distortion here. I've tried to get her to like start a studio with me or do something creative. I mean, we do creative projects from time to time. Actually, if you go to 5050.design, you'll see one of the projects that I did with her is there. But yeah, she's a little bit shy, so, but super talented. I wonder if I should bring this back. I mean, should we modernize it or just try and stay as true as possible to the original? Maybe with a little SKETCHADAY twist or spin to it. Okay, I think we're mostly okay here now. All right, so like I said, blocking color, highs and lows, textures, graphics, refine. That's what we're gonna do. If I get to a point where that stinks. If I get to a point where I'm running out of layers, I think what I'm gonna do is save this file. Also, just as a reminder, if you're a patron or channel member, you will be receiving or access rather. Why does it look weird on that screen? Okay, if it looks weird on that screen, something's off here. But you'll be receiving access to this file. So you'll be able to replay everything I did. Not with the lovely audio, unfortunately, but you'll be able to replay it. So, all right, I wonder if I should do an ink layer. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do an ink layer. Why not? So I've got this inking brush that I created. So with an ink layer, what I'm going to do is think about areas that I want to be high contrast. All right, and start to add that in. And we can adjust the opacity if we want to on these layers. But I think I'm just in a, oops, great. My finger tapping order, or my finger tap was out of order there. Anyhow, I was saying I've been in this inking vibe lately because I have been working on that pen guide. So in case you're wondering, is he inking this? That's why. So it's an inking brush, at least as far as I know now. I don't know what's on the roadmap for Procreate, but so I gotta make sure this is all contained. I'm not aware of any vector workflow that's in the works for Procreate, so I made this brush because I wanted to be able to just have some nice crisp lines, and if you want to, you can even make it smoother. Again, if you jump into those options, you'll be able to make this smoother if you want. Is this the right brush? Inker. Let's switch to my other inker. Okay, this one's a little bit more crisp. Yeah. So the pen guide I'm putting together, it has some instruction on how to achieve different textures when you're working with them. If you guys can't catch the whole stream, that's okay. It will be archived on the YouTube for you to check out. Fear not. Yeah, and you can always catch all the other live streams pretty much archived too. So if you can't make it, watch it, share it. If you've learned something, especially share it with someone. It's the best way to learn. And I mean share in person, but also share the stream. And I'm still learning myself, so as I always say, I am passionate for learning, always open to feedback. Let's get this here in. Instead of shading to the edge, I'm just gonna keep off the edge. And that creates some instant rim light. In our sketch here, I'm gonna attend to that. Don't worry, it's not gonna be a solid block of black or anything like that. Solid Block of Black, a memoir by Spencer Nugent. Hello, Big Bass Fishin'. Is this a gerbil hat? What's up, Mecha Art? How are you doing? This is a 12.9 inch iPad Pro. That's what I'm using. You know, I kind of want this brush to taper a bit more, so let's go to taper. I don't remember here. Maybe it's Apple Pencil. I don't remember. I may have to modify it later, but I need it to trail off a bit more. Or maybe it's my pressure curve that I need to, adjust a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I think that kind of helps. So you can mess with your pressure curve if you're working digitally to create the right responsiveness that works for you as well. It's something you can do. By doing the ink first, I should be able to just come in and drop colors, right? Make a few changes. If you do this correctly anyways. Should be able to just drop in the colors and it'll work. This is wildly different than what I did this morning on Adobe, by the way. We did more of a painting. Like Bob Ross style painting, straight up. Latrice was there. I think Felix was there as well. Not sure if anyone else made it. I guess I could use some halftone brushes as well here. Are we on time? Hour 5? Yeah, we're good. Color will take like 10 minutes. So whenever you see a comic book illustration and has tons of ink work, like, it takes time. I mean, I'm not even being super careful here, but it all takes time. So appreciate you guys watching, hanging out, being here, being a part of this. Get creative with your lines. Lines are a very powerful tool. Lines is also very powerful moderator. So if you get out of line, lines will put you back in your lane. Let's go smaller here. Get out of lines, and lines will get you. Or out of line. Line says absolutely. So yeah, a little bit different. Got to keep it fresh for you guys. Try some different things. A little bit longer format. I know you've been wanting some longer format stuff as well, so here we are. I guess technically we've kind of settled into a default theme of Cyber Week. So if you have other ideas or things you want to see, maybe cyberpunk related or steampunk even, or well, I guess cyberpunk. Let's focus on cyberpunk or the like. I'd be happy to take a look at it. Yeah, happy to take a look. So I'm just trying to make sure, basically, if I were to kind of break this down for you, like right here down the motorcycle, right on this side, like so, I want that to be in shadow, right? And then right here, I want to be like light, definitely shadow right through here. This is how I'm thinking about it anyways. There's going to be stickers and stuff here, so I'm not too worried. And then we'll have, you know, some indication of shade and value right through there. So in terms of kind of the inking and how I'm looking at this, this is what, or how rather I'm thinking about it. I'll just merge these two down. So, and then let's get back to the ink. So yeah, inking guide coming soon, and then I'm not sure which will come first, perspective or digital, and then there'll be a couple others as well. But stay tuned, keep your eyes peeled. There'll be a little bit of something for everybody. So yeah, this brush needs a little bit more trail off, and I don't want to mess with it right now on the stream. Meaning I want the shape to be more definitive to a point. Andrew says 46 people and 49 people, 46 likes. Who didn't like? It's okay. I mean, the algorithm online is going to do what the algorithm's going to do, I've decided. So, 'tis what it is. But I appreciate you guilt tripping everyone for me. Is this the right layer? I hope it is. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm going to merge everything at some point, so. Pretty sure the gerbil is hiding under his hat. Maybe so. Shout out and thanks again to those on Instagram who bought badges. It is Giving Tuesday, but I am not a 501c. You know, I thought about doing it at one point, and I was like doing some research, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense for me. If I had a main gig that was like, I guess I could do a Sketchaday Foundation that was like, you know, all free workshops or something for high schoolers. It's actually not a bad idea. And then I could feel a little bit better. Not a little bit better, but do something that, you know, is helping people at an earlier age. And then as you become a professional, then yeah, maybe you do like the Sketchaday professional side or something. So yeah, just trying something a little different today, guys. Mixing it up. Ushanka? Is that what it's called? Okay, I'm gonna clip this under here. So now it's like a nice hug on my face. A nice permanent hug. It's not made of gerbils though. That much I can tell you. So again, this is an example of, I think, the power of line work and how you can use that to communicate value and tone. So even in my imprecise shading here, we kind of have a nice variation and tone that's being created. Now when you zoom out and look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that works. All right, so let's get some more of our shading done. Or inking, I should say. See, this is where I'm not sure what exactly is happening here, but I'm going to take some liberties. Because I can. This is Procreate 5X, by the way, on an iPad Pro. That's what we're using today. Right. I need this to taper and then get bolder as we round the corner, a little bit lighter. Break in the line here, because if this is a light spot, you don't want the line to like continue through. So just a little break. That's called an implied line. Talk about that in my guide as well. So all that good stuff will be forthcoming, humans. All right, so the seat, right? It's gonna be leather, but I think I'm gonna hatch the seat. I mean, I could hatch or halftone it. Halftone might be cool. Let me think about it. In the meantime, In the meantime, we'll work on some other blacks. Sorry, I didn't even finish that thought. Sketchaday Live, thanks for joining. Alright, I'm terrible at folds, so I'm going to look at a little bit of reference for folds and make sure I'm not completely mucking this up. Because that would be a shame. Not that it's perfect or anything, but... this music makes me want to sleep. Just take a nap. Oh, he has goggles. Okay, goggles, a little utility belt thing, looks like. Saw this in another sketch, so I'm going to add something to the side here. Cool utility belt. As for the goggles, I guess I could do those. There's a sketch where he's wearing them like on his shoulder, and I kind of like that, so I'm gonna just sketch these in. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did just get the M1 MacBook Pro. It just showed up today. So I'm trying to decide if I even want to do a review on it, but you guys can ask me questions and I'll be happy to answer those. Preferably in the Discord. So if you have some questions and you want to know, how does it run this or how does it run that? I can probably answer those on the Discord. So these folds look kind of janky, so let me actually act like I care. Let's see. Maybe, let's see, maybe something like this. A little bit better. A little bit better. Wait, this thing's on shuffle. Okay. Yeah, not perfect ink here, but that's all right. Okay, so like I said, the color is not going to take as long as you see this inking process taking, so fear not. Or I mean, if you want to get a snack and come back, that's totally fine too. Totally fine. My iPad, sorry, it's like super duper hot. It's like crazy hot right now. And it's not because of the hot sketch. Yeah, I know there aren't panels on this, but I want to put panels on it. Maybe that ruins it, but it's okay. All right, let's see now. What's up? Have I tried to link my iPad to my MacBook? No. I mean, I have used... I forgot what it's called. It's the one that's built into Mac OS. Let me act like I care is a whole mood. Yes, it is. It is a whole mood. Oh, show. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was gonna finish his gun here, his weapon. Weapon of choice. Whatever this thing is. I'm just trying to decide what parts I want to hatch versus... I think I'll hatch this part and then make this part black. Is what I'll do. I mean, it's not like I don't care about the whole drawing. It's just more like sometimes when you draw a lot, you get a little bit lazy and you just want things to finish. So let me act like let me act like I care is just more of like, okay, let me slow down and take my time and think about this and do something that... Why are you being dumb? Do something that is more deserving for the drawing. It's more like that. That's what I mean. Whew, now my head is getting really hot. This was not a good idea. What am I drinking? Lines? Yeah, apple juice. Totally apple juice. No, I'm having a Nika coffee grain whiskey and a Diet Coke, or Coke Zero. Okay, those eyes are weird. I need to zoom in more if I'm gonna do that. But I will keep that shadow. I wonder if the original people that asked me to draw this thing are even watching the stream. That'd be funny if they were just like, draw this really hard thing, and then they just like pieced out and disappeared, never to be seen again. So there are people who've built functioning versions of this thing, which to me is crazy. Just looking at the pictures, seems like there are people who've gone through the trouble of doing that. Kind of nuts. Make it blow steam. Yeah, don't worry. We'll do something in the background. I just want to kind of be reasonably true to what is happening in the real stuff here. Because if it's too far off, someone's gonna be like, that's not Akira. Or Tetsuo on his bike. So it's got to be reasonably representative. Are we on time? I don't even know how we are on time. My hat probably looks ridiculous. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. This is not even close to the longest stream I've done. Might be the longest drawing, but it's not. It's definitely not the longest stream. Although Sundays, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, I think I did. I think that stream was 2 hours or something like that. Maybe a little bit more. That was the futuristic racers that I did, so that certainly was a time commitment in and of itself. All right, let me think here. Okay, that needs to be a bolder line through there. Can clean up this glass a little bit. Might take those out, we'll see. Oh, from the side, Spider-Man style. Maybe they did, I don't know. Maybe someone did. All right, here we go. I think we're in a reasonably good place. I'm gonna make a new layer for my shadow. And for the shadow, I'm just imagining what these shapes might be projected onto the ground, including leg here, wheel, like so. All right, just make some blocks or fill in. Then I can just drag and drop. Should be able to, yeah, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna do, what's up, Andres? Thanks for joining. So now I'm gonna do some color and then we'll just shade it up. Should take just a few minutes here. All right, so it takes a lot of time, but if you're gonna do this kind of thing, then just be prepared to really commit. All right, so I'm gonna use a solid brush just to block everything in. All right, so there's two controls on the side in Procreate. One is going to control your brush size. The other one is going to control your opacity. Hey, Jackson. Which school was that one? I've done a few schools. Was that RISD, RIT, ASU? Which school was that? I guess I can merge these layers. I don't really want to, so what I'm gonna do actually is just duplicate this file. So it's kind of like saving a backup, just the inks. And then now I can kind of merge all of this stuff together to just be one layer. Right. In fact, if you don't want to do that, I mean, I didn't really do the work to recreate all the lines, but if you didn't want to do that, you could just turn off that underlay layer. And there's the ink. So that's what I mean by I'd have to like redo the whole thing if I wanted to get it right. So let's just merge everything. So now I'm back down to one layer, which means if I go to my canvas information, the layers, yeah, I've got 60 layers available. So I just like to work light, but also flexible where possible. Okay, so new layer here. Oh, Wentworth. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Derek's cool. He's a really talented instructor there. So you guys are lucky to have him. I don't know if you get to take classes from him or not, but super talented. So I'm starting with this mid red so I can go more intense and saturated, but also darker if I want to on the red as we add airbrush or other brush effects. I guess technically his coat is the same color as the bike, right? Technically. Then I'll do a new layer. So we're just gonna block in the colors like I talked about before. So block in those colors, and then we can worry about highlight, shade, erasing spots, whatever. All right, so let's just block this in. Why did I undo that? That was so silly of me. Let's drag this below the red, like so. Maybe some light gray here. Just on this rim section. And then the coat, I'll slightly shift the red. What year was this even made in? Whatever year it was cool to apparently wear a color that is the same color as your bike. So that's what we're dealing with here. It's kind of weird, but we'll roll with it. What color are these dudes' gloves? Let's see. Looks like some sort of dark brown. Guess I forgot this little spot. So once you start doing your color, it's gonna look flat, but fear not. Fear not. I do need to correct a little bit of this ink. So I'm gonna tap on my eraser, and I'm gonna use the inking brush to erase a little bit here. You'll kind of see what this will do. All right, so kind of a cool effect. If you're doing this and you want to try it out, you can kind of put down your black first and then erase what you don't need. And you get that really cool scratch looking effect, okay? So kind of the opposite of what I did for the shadow there. So now, like I said, I've got the base color in for the most part. I'm gonna use the same brown on the seat actually, maybe just a little bit lighter. And let's do a new layer. Paint that in real quick. All right, we'll do the background and stuff too. they are not. Again, I should be a bit more careful with where I'm putting this color right now, but I'm just gonna, let's modify his headlight. Let's do 2 bars. I think 2 bars are cool. All right, so now I can start shading. All right, so we'll use a combination of some airbrush technique here. It's just got this nice soft airbrush, or if you have the Mega Pack 2, I have a variety of airbrushes you can use. So for example, this Crisp Air, if I wanted to have some nice intense highlights here and there, we could do that. And then just erase what we don't need afterward. But I like it because it does give you an intense, if I were to do this here, it gives you like an intense core and then some bleed off. All right, so pretty handy. And you can always adjust the opacity if you want to. Actually, I'll do this one above the ink because I want this to feel like glass. Right there, make it a little bit smaller. And now on top of, let's see, is it you? Yep. On top of this layer, we'll do some more highlighting. Okay. A little bit of erasing as well. Actually, that was a mistake, but I'm gonna roll with it because it actually looks pretty cool. Happy little mistake. All right. So back to my highlights. Yeah, I'm definitely taking this hat off now. It's starting to feel a little ridiculous, a little redonkulous. Let's go ahead and erase. I'm gonna use this round brush that has a little bit of opacity fall off to it for my erase through here. But we can also use it to paint. That's available in the SKETCHADAY Brush Pack 1. So any upward facing surfaces, I'm going to try and illuminate a bit. A couple hits here and there. Looks like I missed a spot of red, so I'll just put that in. Alright, so we got some highlights in place. I'll have to fix the face a little bit as well. Thanks for hanging, by the way. It's a long stream, but long drawing. We'll just continue to tone things up, so you know, whatever needs some highlight, I'll just kind of hit that. And just continue to tone things out. Looks like I was using a slight red here, which was not intentional, but again, I'll just roll with it. Sometimes that's what you do. You just roll with it. All right, so now I want to grab a new layer and then we're going to bump the intensity of the red. So I could either do this with, let's see, why is this not showing up? Okay. I could do this with you know, this brush that I have here, or we can take just like that soft airbrush now and kind of pump some of the value where we need to. And then also we can go a little bit darker wherever we need to show things being round. And that's just going to help overall shape and sculpt the spike. And sometimes what you can do, especially if you're working color and you want to change that later, just jump to something like multiply in terms of your layer mode. Grab a brush. I'm going to use this round brush, or we could use the marker brush from the Mega Pack. They kind of have a similar effect. I'll use this real marker. Grab a size here, but they kind of have a similar effect. So now if I want to add more reflections or whatever the case may be, a contrast right where we need it, or it might be a shadow, say, under this edge. Throw that in. And just continue to sculpt this out. Like so. It's me, Mario. All right. I'll just continue doing this a little bit. I do need to address Senior Tetsuo's face here. So I will do that now. All right, I don't want to jump back to the inking layers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cheat here. I didn't quite finish what's going on. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, back to his face. Jump back to my real marker here. Trying to cast, there we go. That feels better. So I'm trying to cast half of his face in shadow almost, but not like super extreme. Not super extreme. Just enough. Woo, starting to sweat. This is a long drawing. I'm not sure his gun has any like text on it, but I feel inclined to do something. So you can be mad at me, hardcore fans, if you want to be later. All right, so now let's do some stickers on the bike. You know, true to I think the spirit of the original. So I have a layer now on top of everything else, and I'm just gonna jump into it with the inker. All right, so I gotta think of some brands here. What are some brands that we want to? Do I really draw for hours? Sometimes I've been drawing for. How many hours have I been drawing for today? This would be 3.5 plus a little bit between, so about 4 hours today. But yes, that is a thing. All right, so I'm gonna try and do some like special effect highlights here. So I'm gonna switch the blending mode to add, not odd. Okay, we're good. So add is like color dodge, if you're familiar with that in Photoshop. I just want to hit this. There we go. Hit that with some highlights. Thanks, Robert. It's taking time, but appreciate it. Yeah, I like drawing, so it's not a big deal or anything for me to do this. It's just that people were requesting it for a long time, so I was like, fine, I'll do the Akira thing. I'll do it. Did I set that to multiply? I did. Okay. So just so you know, the reason this is a little bit lighter here, by this, because you can't see me if you're watching YouTube. The reason this is lighter is light's hitting the ground, reflecting up. Okay, so all these little effects, you know, I might add some light here eventually. If the ground were blue, for example, actually kind of looks cool. Maybe I'll make the ground blue. Do like some blue. Could do some blue background or something. Let's see how that looks. I didn't jump into this planning how to do it, by the way. Sometimes that's the best way to approach things. But yeah, if I do the ground blue, then all my highlights, we'll get some reflections into, but all my highlights now I would make, let's see, let's use this air highlighter. All these little highlights, I would try and make blue, right? Just a little bit of blue in there. If it were really on this blue surface. So just something to think about if you're trying to add some effects. And who knows, maybe I'll revisit this and add some more detail later when I'm feeling up to it. Because I can tell I'm like kind of at the end the end of my willingness for this one, but yeah, could do something like that. And then in terms of reflections now on the ground, I can take some of this red, just color sample, and then I'm just gonna hit the ground with let's see, got this soft air. So I can just kind of hit the ground with some of this red. we want to make that more subtle, we can as well. Something like that. All right, you do get a better view on YouTube, by the way, so if you want to catch the whole replay, if you just want to bake a cake or something and watch it the whole time, you can tune in and do that later. But I think I need to wrap this one up. It's starting to get getting a little woozy. Let's see, new layer. I shouldn't be even close to the maximum layers, so I'm just gonna let loose and stop being careful. Why not? Thanks, Latrice. Lines. Much appreciated. So now you can see, hopefully, I mean, for some people this stuff is easier, but that's if you do it like day in, day out. I have a friend, like I said, who's a comic book artist for a large publication. And yeah, he can whip stuff out super easy. But I hope this gives you an appreciation for like the amount of work that goes into some of the illustrations that you love. Not by me specifically, but just by, you know, if you see something online, and I've asked creators too, I'm like, hey, so how long did that take you? And they're like, oh yeah, this one took me 4 hours. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now I know I'm not crazy when I'm like, yeah, that would have taken a long time. All right, I'm gonna drop in a couple little highlight spots here. Because even then, you can see the level of precision here isn't exceptionally high. So I haven't really taken time to do all the things per se, but you know, zoomed out, I think it works. Oh shoot, I said I was gonna do stickers, and I haven't done those yet. I have a habit of doing that. Like, oh yeah, here's what I'm gonna do, and then I just like totally forget. All right, so let's throw some stickers on, for real this time. So let's map them out. First of all, I'll use this green. Okay, so we can kind of map out some stickers. They don't have to be, I think, exactly as Tetsuo had them, but we can represent some of the brands, certainly. He apparently liked to put stickers on his bike. So I'm just kind of mapping out in 3D here the placement of some of these. All right, as this bends down, for example. Just gonna get some placement there, and I think I'll do like a circle, maybe have a little overlap. All right, so we'll start with maybe something like this. Not sure why they're just on the front, but I'll throw one in the back. Maybe that'll be a Sketchaday sticker. Latrice says, looks amazing. Just wish you could find your style. You know, finding your style is one of those things that it's hard to even explain. It just kind of comes to you over time. But you'll get there. I mean, don't be hard on yourself. You'll get there for sure. I feel like I'm still finding my style even. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. Latrice. I mean, maybe I could do just a Patreon/channel member video on like some of the nuts and bolts behind sketching that goes beyond like, you know, here's how you draw a line. Like that's something I could do. Thanks again to those on Instagram who contributed, who are still watching. If you want to catch the replay, it'll be on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to leave this one on Instagram, but it'll be on YouTube. After the stream, I'm in a workout competition with Hector Silva. I don't know if you know who that is. I'll just color this one and we'll do white on black. Anyway, I don't know if you know who that is, but I'm doing a little competition. So I've got to hit the exercise bike for a bit. And then I'm doing a workshop for a corporate client tomorrow that I've got to get ready for as well. Whew, busy, busy, busy. And then possibly some exciting things cooking up in the oven I'll tell you about later. But that's it for now. You know me, always busy, always doing something. Alright, so I've got those in now, and we can turn off this layer or just delete it because I don't need it. Make a new layer. And now I'm just gonna paint these white or gray, maybe just a little bit off-white. Take a solid brush, you can fill these in. Abstract sketching is fine. When I started out, I would I would just keep my hands moving, man. Like, again, some of you know, whoa, Hector completed all his rings today. So yeah, I'm in for a hell of a workout next. But I would just draw anything, mostly boxes, geometry, stuff like that, just to keep fresh or whatever. I forgot to draw that border on the back sticker, so I'll just put that little block in here. Thanks, Crafty Z. Let's see, what brands does he have? Okay, so there's some weird stuff. Citizen, there's like a star kind of thing. So now I'm gonna work on some text. I'll just merge these together. Should I? No, I'm not gonna merge them yet. Keep working on the black. I know he's got like a star on one of these. Is the city called New Tokyo in the movie? I forget. I know it's not San Francisco like Big Hero 6. That would be a fun topic to sketch on though. San Francisco. Also, the star is technically white. And the background is black. And since I'm not doing this the right way, I'm just gonna go for it. Why are you doing me that way, man? I guess I can scribble it in. Might give it some texture. I'll throw scratches in later. There's like a, I think there's a Canon logo. I'm not sure if the Canon A is like this though. Yeah, it's kind of like that. To do some erasing here, but it's all good. So yeah, give me some brands, guys. What should we put in here? Should we put Let's see, what else does he have here? Looks like there's some sort of crash test dummy-like symbol. Throw that in. And some other characters. When Instagram used to limit streams to like 60 minutes, and I was just like, peace out, everyone. I'm just making up some stuff here now. Sketchaday sticker. Have to be like here or something. Oh, I should mention, if you haven't gotten your sticker yet, it is coming for those who are channel members, patrons. Just making it look like text here, but all right. So there we go. What program would you recommend for industrial design? Whatever works for you, man. Procreate's great. You've got Adobe Fresco as well. Some people like Sketchbook Pro. You can actually draw in Photoshop as well. Yeah, so now I'm just making up characters and probably offending people, but YOLO. How about a smiley face? Actually, if it is a smiley face, it should be like yellow. Is a smiley face copyrighted? You can't like do a smiley face officially, right? What's your favorite emoji? This is my favorite one right now. So that makes it look like he has hair. So I'll do a lighter gray. I just wanted a little bit of a shadow. All right, 2 more stickers, I guess. 2, 3 more. And then we are good to go. And I'm going to call it a wrap. How long have we been going? 2 hours. Yep, 2 hours and 3 minutes. Adobe sticker. I guess I could do a Procreate something, maybe. Nah, I don't want to be specific here. Because then I can use this sketch for other stuff. What's up, Mystery? And thanks, Latrice. Much appreciated. Jordan. Oh, Nulco. That's right. We'll do a Nulco and then a lines, not limes. Unless you're making a beverage. Lines. Nulco. It's like the was it Wayland Industries of the future? Nulco and lines. If there were a lines logo though, it would be something probably like this, right? You just have like 3 lines. Sponsored by Lions, exactly. So this S gets a little bit bent over the bike there. I probably should put color in these, but whatever. And then this one I'm just gonna put garbage in because I'm tired. And how about because 2020 was such a year for so many people. And then we'll make it somewhat obscure here. Maybe make it a little darker. All right. So now for the stickers, I can tap on the layer, and I think we can alpha lock. And then now I should just be able to paint colors in. So if I want a sticker to be, you know, blue or something, and let's use from brush pack 1. Again, if you've been a patron for 2 months, you do have access to the brushes, so hit me up if that's something you're interested in. I decide what color to make. Actually, the gray is fine here. We'll just do gray. Gray and maybe just a white border. Whew, that took a lot of time. Gee. Jesus. Okay. And now we'll finish up the glass here. Just a little bit of gray. Whew. So maybe something like that. Good grief, that took a long time. Oh my goodness. Oh. Woo. All right, guys. Now you can say you've seen it done. And, you know, I'm sure in the movie it was not the case that it took 2 hours for one drawing, but for someone who's never done it before, you can kind of see my process in figuring stuff out, right? So I'll just do a quick replay again for you. Let's see. So if I go to video, time-lapse replay, we can talk through it a little bit. And you guys see the process here. So thumbnailing, deciding on point of view, that kind of thing, building things out, breaking it down. Again, this replay will be available on YouTube, not Instagram. So if you want to catch the whole thing, check out the YouTube. Did I see the mysterious metal monolith? Yes, I didn't see it in person. I wanted to, but then someone ripped it out of the ground. But again, you can kind of see the process here of breaking things down piece by piece, working it out. This is a long time lapse, by the way, so I'm going to scrub a little bit ahead. Man, that face looked weird initially. So you can kind of see even right? Changing the look. Don't be afraid to modify things as you go if it's just not working. Right, you can modify something. Yeah, so there we go. So kind of this weird smug look to, okay, a little bit less emotional in the face, right? Working on our inks, blacking things in, getting our tones, lights, stickers, and all that stuff. All right, if you wanted to throw a texture over the whole thing, you probably could as well. So that replay is a 4-minute long video. Maybe I'll upload that, but yeah, I'm not gonna save this one to Instagram. So if you want to check it out, hit up YouTube. Will be available on the Google Drive for patrons and members right after. So if you want to download it, look at the layers, play with it, color it yourself, you'll be able to do that as well. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's been a fun 2 hours or so. I'm gonna go feed my offspring, take care of some stuff, and hope you have a fantastic evening. Remember, as always, passion is the process. If you learn something, share something with someone, it's gonna help you ultimately in the long run. All right, love you all, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.